So it's been a while since I've done a reaction video, but I got a recommendation for a show that I had not planned on watching, but we're going to give it a try. It is The Haunting of Bly Manor, which I think is going to be too scary for me, even though I've been told that it is not. So I know nothing else about the show except that either there are lesbian characters or there are possibly lesbian characters. That's all I know going in. Let's find out. Okay, so it's been literally a few seconds, and I mean, the music is scary, but I can handle that, although it is just dark now, so poor timing on my part. But like the portraits in this opening sequence, like the feet, oh, this does not bode well for me. Okay, not only is there a portrait of two children, but they are in the classic horror children pose. Like, why though? Okay, so I've made it past the opening like credit sequence, and still I don't want to watch this. I really cannot handle horror. So I mean, there's already been one where I'm like, nope, and if it's literally I'll I'll try and go for one more, but if it's within the next 10 seconds, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so I've made it to the rehearsal dinner speech, and I'm feeling like this guy is not giving a very good speech, and I'm feeling like this lady has a lost love. Now that's not a stretch, but I'm thinking like maybe she's one of the lesbian characters, and like it'll go back in the past, and like what her lover will have died, and he's being quite insensitive to that fact because it appears that he knows. I don't know why he would bring it up. This bride has it right. You do not stay in a haunted hotel or mansion or whatever, wherever you are. Like, I am on board with her. I feel though that even with that stance, she's being too lax, and I feel like she's gonna pay for it. Okay, a few questions. One, who is this lady? How does she know the bride and groom? How do they know her? Do they? Because I'm not sure that like I get the feeling that like she's there, and like people may like vaguely know her, but no one really knows her or why she's there. That's my guess. Second, so okay, now we're back 20 years previous. Are the ghosts gonna be like 80s ghosts? Because usually ghosts are like old-timey ghosts. Are they gonna be 80s ghosts? Possibly not. Possibly the people in the 80s are experiencing old-timey ghosts. I mean, I honestly don't want to find out, but I'm watching the wrong show if I don't want to find out. So this young woman in the 80s in London, this American woman who's applying for this au pair position, like, if you know that there is some strange catch to this position, you're obviously running from something. I don't think this is what you want to be running to. Kind of coincidental that they meet at the same bar, although is it? But I'm gonna say yes. I like her gumption, but again, I feel like maybe she has a history of bad decisions, and this is just gonna be one of them. But I like her, so I hope she doesn't die. I don't have high hopes for that not happening, but I hope it anyway. I must say that from an acting perspective, this man plays drunk very well. Is this part of the story set in the 80s entirely to avoid the process of background checks? I know this is not like a hidden thing, but she had the mirrors covered, which also, honestly, I understand. I might do the same, but she had the mirrors covered. Mother... I knew it! 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 Oh, God! Okay, alright, so when she almost like got hit by the whatever it was, the car, the bus, whatever in the street, I thought for a second, it was there? No, how? And then if I make it through this entire episode, I'm not watching anymore. I can't do this. And, by the way, my completely legitimate fear of mirrors, validated. I mean, I kind of understand wanting to, like, walk the last little bit of the way through the nice English countryside up to the manor house. But from the perspective of whatever adult is at the manor house, the au pair shows up just like by on foot, and that's not supposed to be weird. That little girl is a witch. And so self-contained for such a young child. I get the feeling that perfectly splendid, that the repetition of that is some sort of spell. Although I don't know what intention she has behind it, but also, who taught her this? The stairs look very steep, so I'm guessing that is a foreshadowing of someone falling down them. I do not like this boy. What dead person did that butterfly hairpin belong to? This mirror bathtub thing is freaking me out. I don't want to look. Does she communicate with mirror people? I feel like the person who recommended this to me did not know that I have a thing with mirrors. That is one hell of a dollhouse. It's even got lights. A long white nightgown. Why are you tempting fate like this? I have a feeling that maybe the room with all the knives is not the room you want to be hanging out in right now. She says she'll never get tired of the place. I don't think getting tired of the place is going to be your problem. Is it possible that the girl is using all of these puppets to try and protect people? And, like, the brother is the, psychopathic killer? Maybe. Alright, let's think about this. So, the Lady of the Lake. So, it appears that there is some sort of entity that appears to come out of the lake and, I guess, kill governesses. Possibly. It also may be that the girl is trying to protect her, and maybe that wrapped up, like, stick figure puppet at the lake is to keep the Lady of the Lake in the lake, which, like, well done. Well, we'll see. But good intention there if that's what she was doing. But again, who taught her how to do this? And then, really, like, if you have that level of, like, ghost manifestation that is so specific and, like, whatever the heck was in the house last night in the hood, which, like, seemed male, but rather than female, and also not wet. Like, it's possible there are multiple entities in this house if that is what is going on, but I also have heard about this show that there are a lot of things that are not explained and that don't make sense, so that might all be wrapped up in that. Well, obviously I'm concerned about the person, or figure at least, that she saw on the balcony, who also was not wet, so is likely not although, well, maybe she's who the Lady of the Lake used to be. My guess is that the parapet, apparently, not balcony, that the person who I thought was female, but I guess is male, the person she saw just outside as they were coming back to the house, I'm guessing that is off of the master bedroom in the section of the house that is now closed. That's my guess. I was right. Well, of course she's gonna go explore the wing of the house that she was specifically told not to go explore. Like, well, I was gonna say, has she never seen Beauty and the Beast? But, like, do not go into whatever wing. But, like, was Beauty and the Beast released in 1987? I don't think it was, so that's why she doesn't know. Disney saves lives. Okay, so that's clearly where the figure was standing, and I was gonna say, like, oh, she should, like, look down, like, not that there would be, like, footprints, but just of, like, some sort of residue's not the right word, but so, like, if it was a ghost, maybe there's something on the ground there. But there's another little puppet thing, and so has the girl seen this figure there before, so she created that. Like, I feel also like she's, what, 6? She doesn't know what she's doing. It's obviously not working. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe she's a 6-year-old genius little witch girl, and I just need to give her more credit. Or I just don't know. Okay, and before we get any further, there's something I remember that I wanted to say from a little bit before. Why does the housekeeper not eat? Like, what kind of... Why? Is she trying to protect herself somehow from not eating the food? Is it something with the guy who's the cook, who I think there's more to that. The cook guy, obviously also the not eating the food. Okay, and now there's something with this, like, I mean, it's not a guest house. Is it like a little chapel, like on the grounds? I don't know what this place is, but like it looks like there's some candles lit inside. And okay, like if there have been multiple deaths, even if there's like the guy did admit that like there was one from like a year ago who died. Still, like, if he's placing the advertisement for the job like once a month for 6 months, does that mean that like 5 other people have taken the job and lasted just a month? Or like he keeps placing it because no one is responding? I feel like that's an important question. But, okay, that's like 4 candles though. Would you see 4 candles from across an entire lawn? Did you find anyone? How do you know she's looking for anyone? Like, she mentioned, but you don't know where she's been? I mean, unless you do, you should start talking. Okay, so I really like the way that she's talking to Flora of like, I see you've made these dolls. Thank you for using your imagination, to keep us safe. That's a very good way of handling it, honestly. Assuming that Flora is actually trying to keep people safe, which let's assume that she is. I mean, it's an interesting way of doing it. And again, who told her how to do this? But okay, it's a good conversation that they just had. Flora, I was ready to be on your side. And then, so that particular doll, which, as she's holding it in an upright position, Flora is sitting up in her bed. Plus, why can't, what's his name, the boy, go get the fan out of the closet? Like, these kids! Is there a mirror in the closet? Okay, so no mirror in the closet, but Flora didn't touch the doll, which concerns me. And also, are they gonna lock her in that closet? 1, there is a mirror in the closet. 2, they did lock her in the closet. 3, what are the chances that they're just being rascals? Pretty low. Okay, to be honest, I was not looking when whatever was in the mirror was in the mirror. I'm glad she covered it. Honestly, first thing she should have done. I don't know if it was the usual thing or a different thing. I don't care. I didn't see it. I don't want to know. And the doll is back in its usual place. Are they dirty footprints? Are they wet footprints? They're bare footprints. It's possible they're the children, but there's 3 minutes left of this. I can't. The front door is just wide open. Weren't the footsteps headed into the house? So following them backwards is really not gonna help? Okay, so that's the end of episode 1 and the end of the last episode I'm watching because it's too scary for me. I can't, especially because I have a long-standing thing with mirrors. This show is not for me. I'm glad I powered through though. I made it through the whole episode, so I can be proud of that at least, I suppose. Yeah, so I guess thoughts. It's creepy. It's kids though, so obviously. And yeah, like there's only so many, questions you can answer after just a first episode. But I mean, if you like it, cool. I am not going to be watching anymore. Not my thing. So yeah, that's my reaction to the one and only episode I will watch of The Haunting of Bly Manor. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.